today. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week. I am so excited. I am going to show you today some watercolor techniques. I have a lot of friends who's like, oh, no, I can't watercolor. I'm awful. I'm a terrible, I'm not good at painting or whatever. And I tell them that it doesn't matter if you can color or paint or if you know how to watercolor. The way I watercolor is anyone can do it. So I say, I can make you a watercolor artist overnight. Anyways, I want to show you this trick I have. For those of you who do not know me, I am Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Good morning, both of you, Kim and Colleen. You both popped up at the same time. Anyways, come live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Texas time. That would be Central Standard Time for those who aren't. Anyways. Yeah, so let's do some watercoloring today. And let me switch it over. There we go. Before I get started though, you need to know the tools for watercoloring. And we have two different kind of tools here. And let me pull this one out also. All right, so you can use ink pads to watercolor with. And let me show you. Whoops. So you squeeze it. There we go, like that. And then you open it up and you'll have some ink right there on the lid, and you can use that as a watercolor palette. Another way to watercolor is with actual watercolor pencils. Now, these pencils are not regular color pencils like Crayola color pencils. These are actual watercolor pigment in there. So when you touch it with water, it runs everywhere. It's a watercolor pencil versus regular color pencils have a wax base, and so water doesn't mix with it. So watercolor pencils, and I have the wait a minute, I want Melon Mambo. Yeah, Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo, they're both kind of a pinkish color. Whoops, I keep forgetting to stay in the camera. Pinkish color. We don't have a watercolor with the new Magenta Madness. This is the new in color. Now there are regular writing markers and there are alcohol blend markers with Magenta Madness, but no watercolor pencils. But that's okay because these two colors go pretty well with it. So we have watercolor pencils. Now, the next thing you need is watercolor paper. Okay, so watercolor paper is very thick and it likes water. It like absorbs water. It's great. Regular cardstock doesn't really. It warps and it doesn't like water very much. If you use just a wee bit, it's okay, but what we're doing today, we need watercolor paper. However, if you don't use water and you use a blender pen instead, which is glycerin, it smears the watercolor pencil also. You can use cardstock. So we're going to use cardstock with our blender pen and watercolor paper with our aqua painter with our water. All right, so those are our tools we're using today. I cannot wait to show you this new stamp set. Isn't she just the cutest thing? Those zebras, I love them. This is called Zany Zebras, and it's a birthday stamp set. So kick up your heels. It's time to celebrate. Happy birthday, Wild About You. Kick up you party animal. Just so cute. And then this one is kicking up its little heels, and this one is just really cute, and this one is turning to the side. So I just love these zebras. Oh, and there's a party hat too, and a shadow and some stars. So that's the stamp set we're using today. I love it. It is found on page 104 in the catalog. There we go. All right, that's our new catalog. I love it. So we're using new stamp set, new color, and we're going to do some watercoloring today. All right. The first technique I'm going to show you is the watercolor paper and the aqua painter, okay? So the watercolor paper and the aqua painter. All right. So we're going to use Just hold on. I'm trying to look at my notes here. Yes. Okay, we are going to stamp with the magenta, and then we're going to use the aqua painter on top of it. So watch how this happens. Good morning, Nicole. I bought some paper and can't wait to try it. Oh, good. So here's my cute little zebra. He's kicking up his heels. He's so cute. I just love him. Or her. And we're just going to stamp that on there. Now it's watercolor paper, so it has kind of a rough surface, but that's okay because even if it didn't stamp that well, and I have a little paper towel here, you just take your aqua painter and see, let me pull that up so you can see it better, and it's causing the ink to pull away. So, all right, color in the hooves. So basically all you're doing is just smearing the ink, okay? And these are his little zebra stripes. And I just love his mane. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? So that is one way. Now, watercolor also, when you're actually coloring an image and you want the image to have more 3D effect, you'll want some shadowing. And so the ink is still on the paintbrush, and just a little, not much, just shadow underneath his little belly where that leg and everything is hiding. This leg over here is going to be darker, and this leg back here will be darker. So I just painted those in. Okay, and that's about it. You might, you know, maybe inside the ear a bit, maybe behind the mane where the ear is. Anyway, so let me pull this up so you can see it. So that is our first watercolor painting. All right, our image, and the little tail needs some watercolor. All right, so that's our first way we can watercolor. The next way we can watercolor is take StazOn ink, which is a black permanent ink, and it does, water doesn't smear StazOn ink, it's permanent. And we can stamp our zebra and then color our zebra in. So let me get this magenta ink off of here. There we go. I had a lot of ink on there. The new ink pads are so, what we say, juicy. They have a lot of ink, but love it. Okay, so now I'm still using watercolor paper, okay, because I'm going to still use my aqua painter. And this time, however, we're using StazOn ink. And I apologize for making the camera move, but I've got to really ink up this stamp. So I'm not using my Stamparatus, so I can't really do it a second time. I have to make sure it gets a clean image the first time. Good, okay. Now, yeah, we were going to use our color pencils. So we're going to just color, just real sloppily. You don't even have to be really exact with it because we're going to go over it with the aqua painter, okay? And I'm using Melon Mambo, like I said. It's the closest we have to Magenta Madness in the watercolor pencils. So just everywhere there was a black line, I took the pencil. Now I go with the painter. And just like the other one, I just paint. Okay, let me pull it up so you can see what I'm doing here. Alright, and I'm just painting over these lines fairly quickly. And remember that back leg is dark, so I'm just going to color the whole thing. And his little belly needs some shadow. Alright, I need more pencil. And if you don't have enough pencil on the paper, that you can take your aqua painter and actually put it on the tip of the pencil, and that'll get you some color going in there. Okay. Cute little nose. Yeah, that nose definitely needs more color. I want it to be nice and dark. Okay. Whoops, too much on the belly there. There we go. Okay. So now let me compare the two. There we go. You'll see that okay? So cute. All right, and then our last way is we are going to use regular cardstock instead of watercolor paper. We're going to use the StazOn ink again and the watercolor pencils again, but this time instead of an aqua painter, we're going to use a blender pen. Okay? All right. And we just take our pencil again and quickly get some pigment on these stripes. Y'all see. Oh, hey, good morning, Nancy. I always forget to look up at my comments while I'm working. So fun. But I'm thinking this stamp set it's really cute for kids, but I mean, I would like to get a cute little zebra card. You could also use another saying stamp set. I think this zebra is cute for, like, you know, hope you're having a nice day, or congratulations, those kind of things. The stamp set has just got birthdays on it, but that's okay. Okay, this goes here. We're not using the aqua painter this time. This time we're using what's called a blender pen, and this just has glycerin in it. And you want to make sure it's clear. You can see how the tip is pink. It's just stained. It's not coloring pink. But once you get the glycerin going, it really does move the color, and it doesn't warp the paper like water would. If I tried this with water, I would start to get warped paper, and you don't want that. And the fun thing about a blender pen is the more you, so if, like, I'm coloring on top of the watercolor pencil pigment and it's just getting lots and lots in there. But when I want it to be lighter, I just color away a little bit, and then, like for under his belly, see there's still a little in there, but it's just light enough and it'll start disappearing. Okay? All right, and then that is the blender pen technique. All right, so cute. I love these guys. Now let me show them to you again. I'm going to compare the watercolor paper with the blender pen, and they almost look identical. Okay? And then this is with the ink pad, just moving the ink from the ink pad. So those are your 3 different ways to that you can watercolor. Now, what I want to show you is the card that I made with my cute little zebra. And here he is right here. All right, so I used the stamp and the aqua painter. This is watercolor paper here. Kick up your heels. I put some of the cute little in color enamel dots. This paper here, this striped paper, is from our Flowers for Every Season. Let me show you how cute. And it features the new in colors. Anyways, so there it is. It's right there. And that's really cool paper. So that's Flowers for Every Season. I also used our in color designer paper. So this designer paper is just our in colors with designs on it. All right. So and that is this cute polka dot paper right there. So, and this is our new Bumblebee color and Magenta Madness. So, what do you guys think? Yeah, it's really cute. So, which of the watercolor techniques do you guys like best? Did you like the watercolor paper with the aqua pen, the watercolor paper with the, let's say one was with the magenta ink, the other one was with the StazOn and the watercolor pencils, and then I did the cardstock with the blender pen. So let me know in the comments. We'll get all those comments going, which one you liked best. I'll show them to you again. So this was the first one. This is watercolor paper with the stamped with the colored stamped image. Then this is the watercolor paper with the black stamped image and the watercolor pencils. And then finally, this is the cardstock with the black image and the colored pencils. So those are your 3 choices. And what else do I want to say? All right, so wow, a new catalog. Oh my gosh. I hope all of you have your catalog. I want to tell you that Stampin' Up! Is doing an amazing deal for the annual catalog kickoff. There's 2 things. So let me switch over real quick. There are 2 things. The first one is host rewards. Now, what host rewards are is after you have spent up to $150, everything after $150, you get a percentage in sales in free product. So it's like, well, let me just turn to the back here so I can get the numbers for you. Here we go. So from 150 to 300, you get 10%. So if you spent $250, you'd get $25 in free product, which is a free stamp set. That's really cool. All the way up to 300. So if you spent 300, you get $30 in free product. After 300, it goes to 12%, and after 450, it gets 14%, and after 600, it gets 16%. Now that is great when you're hosting a party and you're having all your friends over and all the sales get really big. That's awesome. But what the kickoff is after 250, they're giving you a second $25. So if you spend $250, you get your 25 original, but you get another 25. So you get $50. That's so awesome. So that's the host kickoff, catalog kickoff. That's for June. The other thing for the catalog kickoff is joining Stampin' Up! And when you become a demonstrator, you get to choose $125 worth of product, your choice. That's our starter kit. They throw in a free paper pumpkin. They throw in free shipping. But the deal is you also get a free bundle on top of that. So let's say you want the Celebrating Sunflower bundle. Where is it? Right here. Okay. You can choose this for free on top of the original deal. So signing up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator right now is really popular. Everybody's doing it. It's really fun. Thank you, Nancy. I love that you told me you like the black with the pencil. Awesome. Okay, that's all this morning. I've been on here for over 15 minutes, so I'm trying to keep these really short so they're not dragging on and on. Remember, if you are interested in any of these special things that they're doing for the catalog kickoff, just send me a message and we can chat and get the information to you, okay? Other than that, I will see you Friday morning with another fun card for you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.